So now that we have a general idea of what slope-intercept form is and what it tells us, let's go ahead and just graph a line that's already in that form. I do notice that this is in y equals form. It's in slope-intercept form, which I, of course, know is y equals m times x plus b. Now, I wrote it above it because it makes it really easy to identify the components here. So I know that my slope is just -3/4, and I know that my y-intercept is just +5, or my b is 5, so that means that 0, 5 is my y-intercept. Well, I'm going to go ahead and plot my starting point, 0, 5, and then I'm going to use my directions, which again are the change in y over the change in x, to find another point on the line. So my slope tells me that I'm going to travel down 3 and then to the right 4. Again, if they were both negative, then my slope would be positive, which it's clearly not. So that gives me 1 point. I want to go ahead and point out that I could also write this slope as +3 over -4. And it just kind of depends on how you want to look at it, but either will work because they both work out to a negative slope. And we'll see that that ends up on the same line. So if I go up 3 and then to the left 4 in the negative direction, now I have 3 points. And I always do 3 points because it's that third point will really tell you whether or not you made a silly mistake somewhere. It might have been on the second point. It also could have been on the third point that you're using to check things. But now we have a line. I do see that it goes through the point 0, 5. And in addition, I'll do that quick check. Is this a negative slope? Well, as I travel from the left to right, I'm going downward. So yeah, it does seem as though my interpretation of the equation matches up with the interpretation of the graph, and I've checked those things that I can to make sure that my interpretation was correct.